I am friends with maybe 2 or 3 real estate agents, and generally they understand that I don't do real estate transaction work. And the reason I don't do the transaction work is because traditionally what happens is that the person representing either the seller or the buyer, it's their responsibility to get 3 cost estimates, give it to the property buyer owner, and see which one they want to do. Variably, it's always the cheapest price. And so I've wasted weeks and weeks over the years going to look at properties, sitting down and writing a cost estimate. And out of 100 proposals, maybe we get hired twice. And so in general, it's a losing thing for me. I wanted to inform you about this business sector and how you have to really judge your time in a cost-benefit way. The reason is that I'm bringing this up now is that one of my realtor friends called me and said, we would like for you to go up and look at this property, and we need for this to be done by a certain day. And I explained to him that I'll work for the property owner or the buyer, the seller, but I'm not going to deal with the real estate agent. That's just a darn waste of time. You deal with the people who are responsible for that transaction ultimately, then you have a better chance of them understanding why you do things a certain way. The seller is always wanting to get things done the cheapest and get out of the problem without much liability. And the buyer feels helpless in saying they're responsible for doing it and I have no authority over this. So if you're buying the property, you should be able to see the proposals and look at the scope of the work and see what kind of national standards or technical approach or something. You should have an ability to not just take it, whatever they choose to do, because once you buy that house, it's your problem. Whatever's residual, whatever's left behind, the buyer is now going to become the owner. And if you go in and spray paint over a bunch of mold, that's still mold and it's under spray paint, and it's going to be your problem on the next transaction. Bob Bennett, Farsight Management. It's better to use Farsight than hindsight.